All right, new camera setup. Let's try it. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Hey everybody. Hey everybody, welcome to SSSVEDA Day 9. Hey everybody, welcome to Hey everybody. Hey everybody, welcome to SSSVEDA Day 9. Today's topic is what do you love about Mondays? Today's topic is what is something you love about Mondays? What is something you love about Mondays? Trying to think of something other than my actual answer. Wow. Okay, so I'm not. All right. I'm not great at filler. I'm not great at filler. So, what do I like about Mondays? What's the best thing about Mondays? For the past week, for the past month and a half, my daughter and I have been going golfing on Monday afternoons. I pick her up from I've been working at home, and so I get a chance to start early and then also get out of work early, and also if I need to I can make up some work later in the evening, but I'm able to pick her up from school and then we go out and play about 9 holes of golf. So that's been a lot of fun. She was struggling, she was having a little bit of a tough time earlier, so that's been a lot of fun. And we've been just going out and enjoying time together, and we've been going out together and just enjoying time together. We've just been going out and enjoying time together. And she's been playing well, and I've been playing okay, and it's been a lot of fun. So that is what I love about Mondays, at least recently. Okay, I wonder how this setup is working. Let's see. Day 2. Oh, hey everybody, welcome to SSSVEDA Day 10. The topic today is what is your guilty pleasure? Today's topic is what is your guilty pleasure? So I'm doing better at not looking down, or I'm making sure I make eye contact before I look down, or after I look down, or when I look up and then start recording. Before I start recording, that's what I meant to say. So I make eye contact before I start recording. So that's good. Well, don't finish your sentence until you've stopped looking at the camera. Keep looking at the camera the whole time. Do not look away from the camera until you're done completely. Okay. My guilty pleasure is playing Marvel Champion. My guilty pleasure is playing Marvel Contest of Champions, which is an iPhone game from Kabam. I think that's the name of it. From Kabam. I think that's the name of the company. My guilty pleasure is playing an iPhone game called Marvel Contest of Champions. It's my guilty pleasure is playing a iPhone game called Marvel Contest of Champions. Okay, what do I want to say about it? There's nothing really special about it. It's one of those, collect champions, level them up kind of games, fight other people, fight in an alliance, that kind of stuff. There's really nothing to it. It really is a guilty pleasure. When I'm playing it, I know I should probably be doing something like making a video or working on one of my other side projects, learning something. But I like to kill some time, and I do it way too much. I like to kill some time, and I do it way too often. But that is my guilty pleasure, and maybe by putting it out there that it is my guilty pleasure, I will. Maybe by putting it out there and saying it is my guilty pleasure, I will reconsider spending so much time with it. But for me, right now, playing Marvel Contest of Champions is my guilty pleasure. Okay, day 11. I don't know how this is going to sound. It's probably going to sound like crap, but that's okay. I'm just testing it. Day 11. Hey everybody. Welcome to SSSVEDA Day number 11. Okay. Today's topic is, what social network do you love the most? Now, in the past 6 months, I've dramatically cut down on social media. Well, the social in social media. I watch YouTube videos to learn things, get programming tips, educate myself on those kind of things. But purely social things or those kind of, well, actually, you know what? YouTube, I never thought of as social media. Anyway, okay, go back. Okay. In the past 6 months or so, I've really cut back on social media. And I was never a real big Facebook user, but I did usually once a day scroll through the timeline, see what was going on. But in the last 6 months, I look at Facebook maybe once every third week, or maybe even once a month. I just go through a timeline and spend about 20 minutes on it. So Facebook, it's almost completely dropped off my radar. Instagram, my daughter sends me funny cat photos every day. So Instagram, my daughter sends me funny cat videos or pictures every day. So I look at those. But other than that, I'm not a big Instagram user. Snapchat, never was big on Snapchat. Twitter in the last 6 months, I have cut back dramatically. I used to get about 60% of my news from Twitter, and also go down far too many rabbit trails while looking for that news. But now I've cut back dramatically. I used to check my timeline 2-3 times a day and try to be nearly a completionist. But now I look at Twitter maybe once every other day. In the last week or so, I've started checking it once a day and found some more news and stuff like that. But I'm definitely not getting sucked into many conversations, which is really the purpose of social media, but is also the part that gets you into time sink trouble. So I'm trying to use social media in a way that is, I know why I'm going on, and then sticking to that. So yeah, I know what it is. I recently got an article from Cal Newport talking about reducing the amount of social media that you're using, and one of the ways is to have a specific reason for getting onto a network and sticking to that particular reason. So I go to Twitter just to look for religious article or news articles, and I go onto Twitter to just look for news articles, and I go down to Twitter to look for news articles and tech articles, and that's it. So I don't get caught up in any sports news or what else, or politics. Try to stay away from that. Those kind of things that can just take you down a rabbit hole. Yeah, so I'm just looking for news and news and tech news. So yeah, I don't know if that made any sense. I'll have to cut this all up. But so I'm sticking with social networks for a specific reason. I don't know if it's social media or if it's considered. I don't know if it would be considered social media, but I'm still a huge RSS user. I have a giant feed with probably a couple hundred news feeds, mostly tech and some other news related kind of things, but mostly tech stuff. So that's what I use RSS for, keeping up with technology. What I've really cut back on is actually news. Tech news is not useful anymore. I used to read all about how, about patents and who was, supply chain and all this other stuff, and business model and all this stuff on surrounding tech. And while it was interesting and informative, it was not useful in any way in forwarding my career or any objective that I really had. So I've tried to cut back on that as much as possible. And in general, I'm just trying to get to a point where all the news consumption that I do actually has a practical purpose, not just an entertainment purpose. And yeah, so because news can entertain you, or I can be entertained by news, almost any kind of news. Actually, any kind of shiny, bright object I could be amused by. And So reducing that on social media is one of my objectives, or it's been a goal of mine the last 6 months. And I've done an okay job, and I continue to work at it. So the whole point of this was Twitter. My favorite social network has been and still continues to be Twitter. Twitter! Okay. Woohoo! All right. Hey everybody. Welcome to SSSVEDA Day 12. What is the topic? The topic is, what kind of music or sounds do you like to work to? So, I'm going to guess I'm a total oddball in this regard, but I do not listen to much music. I think, back when I was in high school and college, I listened to a bunch of... So I'm probably a total oddball in that I do not listen to any music. When I'm actually trying to get work done, like productive work done, I will put on music. Doesn't, when I'm trying to be productive and when I'm trying to be productive and do work, music or of any type, with lyrics or without, doesn't really do much for me. If I was going to say I needed sound, it would probably be white noise of some sort, mostly like rain noise or a fan. Those two kind of help me. If just block out sounds, just white noise. In general, if I'm doing like work, like outdoor work or stuff that is that doesn't require my attention, housework, doing laundry, yard work, that kind of stuff, I listen to podcasts. That's what I enjoy listening to, not music or anything of that nature. So what do I listen? What kind of music do I like? Not really much. That's just me. Sorry, that's just me. Okay. Trying to keep eye contact longer. Day 13. Hey everybody. SSSVEDA Day 13. Today's topic is, have you ever visited another country? And today's topic is, have you ever visited another country, and share a memory from that visit. So I have been to a couple countries. I'm not a world traveler. Been to Canada, Mexico, but the biggest trip that I've ever made was to Japan, and that was just a year or two after my wife and I had gotten married. I went to Japan with my wife about a year or two after we got married, with her and her family. With her and her mother and father. My wife and I went to Japan with her mother and father. We went on a tour, and it was a great time. We would love to go back again. It would be nice if we could do it without a tour, but I don't think any of us trust that we will know enough Japanese by any point in time to go on a tour, go by ourselves. But that is one of my something on my bucket. That is something on my bucket list, to go to Japan without needing a tour. So, but the most vivid memory I have of that trip is actually eating tempura at a. But my most vivid memory from that. But my most vivid memory from that trip is eating tempura at a tempura bar in Shibuya Station. So, typically in America, you order tempura. It comes out with the rest, as part of one of the courses of your meal, or as the main course of your meal, and it comes out with everybody else's meal. And whether it was the first thing that got whether it was the first thing that was finished or whether it was the last thing that finished, it all comes out at the same time. And at this tempura bar, you sat at at the counter, and the chef would prepare the tempura right in front of you. And so it would go, food item, flour, panko, deep fry, put it on your plate. And so that was the most amazing tempura I've ever had. Just hot right out of the oil, and whatever you wanted, whatever you wanted, whatever, tempura or vegetables or whatever you wanted, he'd do it fried up right there and drop it right on your plate, and you would eat it right away. It was so good. It was so good. And tempura, every other tempura since then has paled in comparison, and that is one of the things I want to do, is go back there, back to Japan to go there. So my most memorable memory of going to Japan was eating tempura. Awesome. That's for my daughter. This is the Japanese schoolgirl peace sign thing. I always mess around with her. Anyway, okay. Hey everybody, welcome to SSSVEDA day number 14. I wonder what this sounds like, because I have no idea. Okay, what do you love most about your work? Can I say nothing? I'm just joking. It's not that bad, but it's not that bad. Okay. Right now I'm actually going through a transition where my boss just left, and so I am going to be my boss just left, and so I am assigned to a brand new team, and I'm learning the ropes. It's a brand new department. It's a brand new job role. So I don't actually know what my new job is going to be like. So the one thing that hopefully remains constant, and for my entire, oh gosh. So I've worked at this company for 13 years. So I've worked at this company for 13 years. And the one thing that I can say has been that I've loved the most about this country. So the one thing I can say that I've loved the most about this company is the flexibility that I've gotten. So the one thing I can say for sure is that the one thing I love about this company is the flexibility, the time flexibility it's given me. I have been able to take off to, tend to family issues, and especially this year when my mom passed away, and helping with the funeral and all those kinds of helping with the funeral and all those kinds of arrangements, and helping my dad organize his house and clean it and all that other stuff, and getting him settled into his new way of life. The flexibility that I've enjoyed at this company is the top thing that I love about it. And if I ever do leave, that will be the biggest, and if I ever do leave, that will be the hardest thing about leaving. The flexibility and the flexibility of time, and one other thing. Oh, the other thing about this, something you'll find for those in the tech industry, something you'll find that is amazing and that I've loved about being at this company is, in the 14 years that I've been at this company, I have worked maybe one weekend day. Now, I've worked some late hours to get stuff done, or come in early to get stuff done, but weekend-wise, I've never come in on the weekend to do any work. Well, like I said, maybe one day. But other than that, we haven't had that kind of crazy push where you've had to, burn a weekend debugging something, or helping a customer, or helping, solve a problem for a release. So the time flexibility and the lack of the crazy hours has been the thing that I've loved the most. Ugh. So the flexibility of time and the lack of having to do the death marches has been are the things that I love the most about this company. All right, there we go. I wonder what happened. Do.